Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to Youtober Day 10.
Roxanne, all she wanna do is party all night.
We've had a little mix up a couple days ago, didn't upload for 2 days. I took my break in the beginning of the week instead of the end of the week, but we'll have videos all the way up till Friday. No worries. We're all good and we're gonna just take a deep breath in and out. And recharge, guys. We're gonna recharge. So today, as you can tell from the title, I am going to be telling you all the movies / shows that I've been watched and will be watching this spooky season. So much new stuff has come out on Netflix, Hulu, on TV, on HBO Max. Things have already been out and Netflix has added some new stuff that aren't Netflix series or movies but just needed to be added on there. Same with Hulu and HBO Max. So it's just been a season of being able to watch all of these things, all of these shows and all of these movies to get us spooked and in the fall mood and in the spooky mood. I'm also going to be telling you guys a couple of podcasts that I've been listening to that have been having like a spooky series going on, or just podcasts that are already spooky right now, because I feel like if you're not someone who wants to be in front of a TV watching something, or if you're someone who really likes listening to podcasts and just never heard of these podcasts, well, here you go. I'm giving it to you because I've just listened to 3 podcasts that are spooky seasons podcasts that are regular podcasts but have spooky series or are just designated to spookiness, true crime, all that stuff that are just good to listen to, because why not? So let's just get right into it. I have all these listed in my notes, so I'm just going to read them off to you, and I'm going to show you a picture right here of the movie, show, or podcast that I've been listening to or that I've been watching this spooky season. So the first one, if you guys don't know by now, you need to know now. My favorite movie of all time, my favorite movies of all time are the Twilight Saga. One, it brings us into the world of both werewolves and vampires, and why not? Why not? Because we need it. We need it. And it's just so good. It's so corny, but it's so good. And it's only gotten better to the last one. And I wish that they made another one designated specifically for Jacob and Renesmee. Not giving y'all no spoilers, just in case you didn't see it. Jacob and Renesmee. Remember those names, watch the movies. They're on Netflix, all of them, finally. I remember at one point Netflix only had one of the movies. I believe they're also on Hulu, so check that out. Halloween Kills. I will be watching this movie. Of course, I'll be watching the original and some of the few other ones, but the original and the newest one I will be watching. And I also hear that supposedly there's going to be another one next year. Why? I don't know. Don't lie to me. Michael needs to die. Because why is he still here? Is he immortal? What is he made of? He was just a mere boy and now he's a killing spree man. Figure it out. Kill him out. At the end of the day, just chop his head off, because at this point it's getting too much. Next is the Sabrina show on Netflix. I didn't put the full name, I just put Sabrina because that's basically what it's called, Sabrina, because there is another season or a new season. It's not new. I believe it was the last season that came out at the beginning of the year, and I didn't want to watch it because I wanted to wait to watch it for spooky season, because I feel like for things and movies and shows like this, they should come out in the fall around Halloween, like Halloween Kills. It should come out on Halloween. It's not. It's technically coming out Thursday night, Thursday, October 14th, but they say the actual release date is the Friday the 15th, but it's technically coming out Thursday night, October 14th. So check that out, because I will be checking that out. Goosebumps, the TV shows, not the movies. The movies are corny, silly. I remember watching Goosebumps and as a kid, and I would just always be scared, like scared to death, but watching it now, it's so corny, I laugh at it, but some of them are still like, oh my gosh, what? But that is on Netflix, all the seasons, all the episodes. So if you have not seen Goosebumps, see Goosebumps, because they just give you goosebumps. Next show that is on Netflix that I want to watch, that I will be watching, it comes out October 15th, Friday, October 15th. It is You. If you have not seen You, go and see You. Go see You. Go look in the mirror. You'll see You. No, I'm just kidding. The show You is a thriller. I can't even read what it's about. I just don't want to spoil it for you, because the minute I watched it to the minute the last season into now, I'm just ready and I'm hooked, and you guys need to be too, because that's something you have to watch. watch. I feel like thrillers like that, thrillers where you wouldn't expect what happened to happen, is the movies and shows that we should be watching this spooky season. And if you haven't seen it, go see it. It's on Netflix. If you have a Netflix, go see it. If you don't have a Netflix, get Netflix and just see you. You know, you gotta see it. The next show is The Good Witch. It comes out, I believe, on Hallmark. I believe the last season is playing now on Hallmark. The seasons that have already came out, I don't remember how many there are on Netflix. I heard of The Good Witch before, and then I was like, oh, let me watch it. It seems like cute. It's a cute little homey movie, giving you that Hallmark vibe, of course, but it's about a lady and her family, and they are witches, but nobody knows until they know, you know? But it's about this lady. She's helpful, and she does everything to help out people in the town when they need it, and she's just a great person, and it also revolves around her family and her daughter. I just think it's a show that you guys should all watch. It's very cute. It's very homey. It's very cozy, and that's something that should be watched during the spooky season too, because scary stuff ain't always it. I believe that for some people. I love scary stuff. Nobody else in my family likes scary stuff except for my brother, who'll watch a couple things with me. But sometimes if you just need a cute little calm, cool, collected show or movie to watch, I believe The Good Witch is a good watch. Next, American Horror Story, the new season. I watched all the other seasons, but the new season, American Horror Story double feature. When I found out they were going to come out with another one, I was excited. Of course, there's American Horror Stories that comes out on Hulu, but I don't know if I really want to get into that or if I'm going to get into that. But you have that option if you want to watch it on Hulu. American Horror Story is, you could watch it on FX on demand. You could watch all the previous seasons, well, most of them. I don't know if they have 1986 on there, but most of the previous seasons on Netflix and also on Hulu. For the new season, it comes out the next day after it's shown on Hulu. Next one is Chucky, the TV series on USA. I watched the first episode. I kind of thought it was going to be corny. It's stupid. Chucky is stupid. But then after watching the first episode, I was really like, wow, y'all did it. You know, I thought after Child's Play it was going to be over, but y'all continued the story. Not necessarily the story of Child's Play, but you brought Chucky alive once again for a series. And I think that's something that was needed, but kind of not. But like, we wanted it. We secretly wanted it. We wanted to know more about Chucky, and it's different. And in the first episode, it was so much going on, so much things that happened unexpectedly. So you know how like there's commercials during shows, but before the first commercial, I thought like, oh my gosh, this is the whole show. And then the commercial happened, I'm like, oh, I thought the show was over already. I'm like, there's more. So it's definitely grabbing. It's attention grabbing. A good watch. So on USA/Sci-Fi, you can watch the Chucky series. I don't know if it's on Hulu, but definitely check it out. Netflix brought back Monster House. I was so happy to see that. You guys have seen me watch Monster House in a previous video, and Monster House is one of my favorite kitty scary movies of all time. If you have not seen Monster House, go see it. I don't know if it's a DreamWorks, Disney, or Universal. I don't remember. I believe it's Universal movie, but it's really good. Check it out. It's about a house that's a monster that chases these kids. Go watch it. I'm not here to spoil anybody. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. And if you've seen it before, watch it again. Next one is Hubie Halloween with Addams Family. That was brought to Netflix last spooky season, and it is a fun watch. There's some little, I don't know, jump scares, I would say, but there's characters in there that you have seen before. Like, of course, Adam Sandler, who plays the main character. Karan, I believe his name is Karan. I forgot his last name, but he played Ravi in Jessie. He's in there. Peyton List, who played Emma in Jessie. And there's a couple other familiar faces. Plenty well-known faces in that movie. And it's a funny, cute movie that has a little bit of jump scares, but it's cute. Go and watch that. It's on Netflix. Hubie Halloween. Next one is Squid Game. If you guys have not seen Squid Game, watch it. I'm probably like the worst person to tell you this. I've watched it in English. I'm not one who's going to sit at a movie and just be reading the bottom of the screen the whole time. I need to see the movie. And yes, it doesn't match up. It may not be as dramatic or as it should be in English, but I have to. Unfortunately, I have to, and that's what most animes do. Even though I try watching animes in the original language, whether it be Korean, Chinese, Japanese, I believe most of them are Japanese, I watch them in English. I'm sorry. I tried, and I'm sorry. And I finally watched the Demon Slayer movie. If you haven't seen it, watch it. I watched it. I have a Crunchyroll subscription, and I thought there was going to be a dub version, but there wasn't. But I sucked it up for the fact that the new season of Demon Slayer is going to be coming out soon. I watched it in Japanese, and it wasn't as bad, but I did catch myself looking at the bottom of the screen most of the time. I was so upset, but I sucked it up just for the fact that I had to watch it. But when the new season comes out on Netflix, I will be watching it in English. That's all I gotta say. But Squid Game, so good, so unexpected. Things you would not have been expecting to happen. The doll, freaky. The gunshots, freaky. The mask, freaky. The numbers, freaky. Everything freaky, but the money. I see why people played, but tell me why. Money is not everything, people. Money's not everything, but money changed people in that show, and you have to watch it. Squid Game on Netflix. That was a show that pretty much everybody and their mama watched, okay? And I heard it was the most watched show on Netflix. So if you haven't seen it, go see it. There's obviously a reason why why people, pretty much everybody and their mama is going to be dressed up as one of the characters. Go check out, go watch. Halloween, you're going to be seeing all these people and be like, oh my gosh, what is this? Is this the apocalypse? What's happening? Is it going to be a flash mob? Are they going to break out into dance? No. These are characters from Squid Game. Go watch it right now. Don't even finish the video. Right after the video, start watching Squid Game. You promise? Like if you promise, okay? Now, my girl, Megan Fox, I just thought I was going to be seeing her on my phone, on the news, on the tabloids, on Access Hollywood, on E! News, on Instagram, on Snapchat. But my girl, Megan Fox, she came back and she was fresh to death in the movie Till Death, which is a Netflix movie, and she's back. She came back. She was better than ever. Still looks like a goddess. Oh my gosh, Megan Fox, she'll never get old. I don't know what it's about. You, dude, NGK, love it. You and Courtney being besties, love it. Courtney and Travis Barker, love it. But Megan, tell me, what is going on? I did not expect to see you on the big screen again. Well, not necessarily big screen, but my TV is a big screen, so I did not expect to see you on the big screen again, and I'm so excited that I did. And you guys have to watch Till Death, because it's something that you're just watching. You're watching what happens, and everything that happens is just unexpected. I'm gonna say that for pretty much everything on this list. It's unexpected, but it was to be watched. I had my friend watch it. I think Rotten Tomato gave it an 80 something. It was amazing, especially for what we're doing in the low time that we're in with COVID, and how you use things in people. They did what they were supposed to do. Whoever made this movie, Till Death, guys. Till Death. Do us part. You're gonna watch the movie, okay? Watch it. Zarga Megan, she's back, and she's better than ever. I want to see even more stuff, Megan. Megan Fox, people. She's a goddess. Next one is Antebellum. Antebellum is on Hulu, I believe. It's with Janelle Monáe, and I have not seen it. Heard good things. When the trailer came out, when they first announced the movie, I was like, this movie looks good. This movie looks different. I have to watch, and I'm going to watch. This is a movie that I am going to watch during the spooky season, because why not? Next one is The Addams Family, okay? Love The Addams Family. Love The Addams Family. The Addams Family is a really good movie, all the original ones, and then the cartoon version, the first one, is really cute and cutesy, and that's on Hulu. Then there's the new one in theaters that I have to watch. Addams Family. Guys, Addams Family, watch all of them, the animated ones and the original. You gotta watch all the Addams Families, okay? Because they're just so good. They're family oriented. This is not spooky. You can sit down and watch this with your kids. It's great. It comes out on Freeform. It comes out, I know the animated one is on Hulu for sure, but you guys have to watch, because these are the originals. These are good. This is something that has to be watched during spooky season. Next one, I don't know why this is not at the top of the list. I had to put Twilight at the top of the list, but Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus, okay guys? Hocus Pocus, another family-oriented movie, comes out on Freeform. It's on Disney Plus. If you have not watched it, why? I have the DVD. Hocus Pocus has to be watched. It's one of the cutest, one of the most fun, one of the most adventurous kitty Halloween movies out there. And if you're just not a witch, then what are you? Because I put a spell on you. Woo! Another one is on Hulu. It's a new show that came out on Hulu this year, and it's called Only Murders in the Building, and it has Selena Gomez in it, of course. And to see Selena back on the TV screen as well, it's also nice. She does have a show, I believe it's on HBO Max. I don't know if it's a cooking show. I know it's a show on HBO Max with Selena Gomez. It's one of her shows. But to see Selena back on the screen again, it's very great to see, because one, she was in Wizards of Waverly Place. Come on now. She's in my favorite Another Cinderella movie. Now she is in Only Murders in the Building. I thought, one, it's a kind of like an investigative mystery type show. Why not watch an investigative mystery type show during spooky season? It's on Hulu. Go watch it. I'll watch it with you. Hit me up, because I have not seen it yet. A movie to be watching is Candyman. I have not seen any of the originals. I don't know how many other Candymans there are. I have not seen any of them. But a week or so ago, I watched Candyman with a couple of my friends. Shout out to you, Madison and Devin. It was not scary. Definitely some jump scares. Definitely some confusion. Definitely like questions still going on in my head. I mean, there's always going to be questions and confusion going on in our head about some shows and movies or books that we watch or listen or read to. Sometimes they'll never be answered. Sometimes you just have to wait and see if there's going to be another movie coming out, or another book, or another episode, or another season. And this was one of the movies that I was like, like a head scratcher, but it was still good. It still gave us the suspense. It still drew us in. And that's all you can really ask for in a movie. But in a scary movie, I want to be scared. Like, I've heard scary things about the first ones, and I just want to hear scary things about this one. And if another one comes out, like, I just want to be scared when I watch a scary movie. And for a while, I haven't gotten any of those movies. I haven't gotten those scary movies. I haven't gotten scared. I haven't been like shaking in my boots, shriveling up under a cover, crying, scared to turn off the light. I haven't had any of those movies come to me across my screen in a long time, and I think it's time to happen soon. I'm waiting. I need something. We need something, okay? A show, y'all. A show on Netflix that has definitely drew me in, and I have to say this is one of my favorites. I'm not gonna say it's my all-time favorite, but it's definitely one of my favorite Netflix shows ever, and that is Behind Her Eyes. If you haven't seen it, go see it. It's been out for a few months now. Actually, I think more than a few months. But this is a show that I will watch again, just to watch it again in spooky season, because it was so good. It was suspenseful. It was thrilling. It had you asking questions. It had you thinking twice. It had you looking. It had you sad. It had romance. It had love. But it was all that wrapped into one limited season show. Behind Her Eyes. Y'all, I was shook with watching the show, and the episodes were long, which is good, because there's not a lot of episodes. I believe there's only 6 or 8 episodes. There's not a lot, but it was like watching a movie. I was like, could you have just squeezed that into like a 6-hour movie? And I would definitely sit there and watch the whole 6 hours, because it was so good, and everything was questioned, and everything had you thinking. And that, I like shows like that. Sometimes I just want to watch a show and just be watching a show, but watching a show like that drew me in and brought me closer, I just wanted to want more. I wanted more. I hope y'all give me another season, because if you don't, I'll kill you. I'm just kidding. But thank you, Netflix, for giving it to us, because we needed that. Another Netflix show that I will be watching is Midnight Mass. It has characters from both Haunting of Hill House and Haunting of Bly Manor, or something. I think that's what it's called. It has characters from those movies. If you've watched Haunting of Hill House, which was good, and then Haunting of Bly Manor, which was better, then hopefully Midnight Mass would be just as good or better, because why not? It, like, the first two gave us a grip. I don't know if they're related. I mean, the first two weren't related, but they were related in the sense of it was a haunting, and were related in the sense of having a few of the same characters. And since we have that, maybe they will draw us in. Maybe because it was directed by the same person, they have the same characters. Not characters, but had the same people playing in the movies. Girl, same movie one more time. It's a show. It's a show. Get it right. Like, why not? Why not have it be just as great? Just as great. Because we need it. We need something that's going to have us in our chairs, shaking, wanting to be under the cover, holding on to your lover. You want something that's going to bring you in and just be, Mom, can I sleep with you tonight? You know, you need that. We need that. Mama ain't always there. So if you got a bae, hold on to them. If you got a couch, hold on to them. A pillow, a stuffed animal, whatever you got, hold on to them really tight and watch these shows. Because definitely Haunting of Hill House and Bly Manor had me like, whew. No, I'm just kidding. But there was definitely some scares, some jumps, some crying, some screaming, just all of that popcorn flying. It was very much so needed. Also, for TV shows, I will be going on to Disney Plus, and I am going to be going and watching. They have them already laid out, but like for Disney shows like Ant Farm, Jessie, Girl Meets World, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, they had those Halloween special episodes. I'm going to be going back and watching those because I thought those were so cute. And for some of the shows, they actually like had like a crossover where the shows meet. So I know there was one for either Girl Meets World and Jessie or Jessie and Ant Farm, but just these shows are just so cute, and I love Disney, and definitely Girl Meets World, Ant Farm, Jessie. I loved all of those shows. Why not? Simpsons horror specials, I was actually just watching a couple of them. I gotta finish them. The horror episodes, the Halloween special episodes, I think those are so cute, and there's so many parts. I mean, I guess because there's so many seasons, so there's one for each season, but like, damn, there's so many. Like, I just forgot how many seasons and how many episodes of The Simpsons there are. I was like, there's more? Like, why? But I love The Simpsons. They're so cute, and come out with more. Come out with more. South Park, when they're having their Halloween specials, those are cute too. Another movie to watch is The Nightmare Before Christmas. It's one of my favorite kiddie Halloween movies, but you could also watch it around Christmas too, because the nightmare is spooky and the Christmas is holly. I don't know. You could watch it either or. During Halloween or Christmas, it's always a great movie to watch. It's super cute, super spooky. It's just a fun family movie to watch for your toddlers and for you, and just to have your kids sit there and watch something while you're just like doing work. That is a good movie to watch, okay? If you haven't seen it, what are you doing? It's on Disney Plus. Go click, pay that $4.99 and watch that movie, okay? That has to be one of the top ones you've seen. If you haven't seen that, like, what are you doing? If you haven't seen The Nightmare Before Christmas or Hocus Pocus, what are you doing? Please tell me. I believe that is all for the shows and the movies that I will be watching or that I have watched for spooky season. Now I'm going to move over to the podcast that I've been listening to, because these are things you have to listen to. So this is one I just started listening to, but only because I was listening to another, and during the ad, it's not like I have Spotify Premium, but just like a YouTube video, how they get paid is having ads play during their podcast. I was listening to Kaylin Nicholson's podcast called Coffee Talk. Guys, go listen to that. It comes out every Monday, I believe, or every Wednesday, one of those days. And you can just grab a cup of coffee and just sip your tea. I was listening to one of her podcasts, and I ended up hearing one of the ads, and it was for this podcast called Unsolicited Advice with Ashley and Taryn. And they have spooky season October series or Halloween series, and I was listening to it and I was just shooketh. What they do is have people who listen, people who subscribe, follow the podcast, send in emails writing down spooky stories that have happened to them. And y'all, some of these stories, y'all, got you like, what? That happened? And like hearing it from the outside, being on the outside looking in or being on the outside listening in, you'd be like, oh my gosh, like that would be so interesting. Like that would be cool if something happened like me, because I'm just interested in stuff like that. But then at the same time, if that actually happened to me, I'd be like dead, like kill myself before they kill me kind of type vibe. And I'm just like really like thinking like people don't believe, and for the longest time I didn't believe, but when I started really getting more into watching horror movies and more into listening to these true crimes and more into just all of this spooky stuff, I was really like, stuff can really happen. Demons are real, ghosts are real, spirits are real, things do happen. Sometimes you don't want to believe it, but deep down inside we know it's true. Just to hear these stories, which could be fake, but I'm not going to say they are because I don't know. Listening to these stories that people say have happened to them, it's just like, wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. And kind of I'm glad it hasn't happened to me. I haven't had anything spooky happen to me. Not saying Like, I still, Lord willing, have more life to live, but I don't want these things to happen to me, but I will gladly listen to what has happened to you. And this is what they're giving me. They're reading the stories that were emailed to them and reacting to it. And I was reacting to it like, what? That's a podcast to listen to. It's called Unsolicited Advice. Their Spooky October Halloween series. Go watch it. So another one is Rotten Mango. That is a true crime plus all things spooky podcast where Stephanie Sue is basically reading news stories or reading stories of things that have happened in the real world that are like things that you would think would only happen in a movie. But that's just another podcast to listen to during this spooky season. I hope you guys watch, listen, and experience the movies, shows, and podcasts that I've named today, because if you don't, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why aren't you going over to your TV, your laptop, your phone, and putting it in right now? Watching it while you're watching this. Watch it after you watch this video. Watch these shows after you watch this video, because if you're not, like, what are you doing? It's spooky season. You have to. You have to. You just have to. That was all for us. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I post a video, y'all, because you know you want to watch. If you're telling yourself you don't, you're lying. You're lying to yourself, because I've added, I believe I'm doing better on here. My stats may not show it, my subscriber count may not show it, my views may not show it, but I know I am giving myself to you guys. I'm giving myself to you. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Love yourself fully, unconditionally, and unapologetically, because that's how I'm gonna love you, and that's how you should love yourself. Don't forget to hashtag keep it holy, because if you ain't got God, then who you got? And if you ain't got your higher power, then who you got? Who you got? Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed. See you guys in the next one. Bye. Mwah.